Hello my friendly friend. In today's video we are going to talk about how do you prepare for a sales call. And I also want to let you know that there is a bonus towards the end of the video that you surely do not want to miss. So make sure you stick around. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Now, the first thing that you have to do before you actually start preparing for the call is you want to increase the probability that your prospect actually shows up for the call. So you don't want to end up doing a lot of work prior to your call and then risk having the prospect not even show up to the call. And this is something that happened to me when I first started my business. So the main way I use to get clients for my business is cold email. So what I did back when I started was I started getting replies from these businesses to my cold emails, and there would be like a business owner that would tell me, hey, I want to speak to you. Can you do, I don't know, Monday 8 p.m.? So I would reply back and I would say, I'm unavailable on Monday 8 p.m. How about we do Wednesday 6 p.m.? And all of that stuff. And then what happened was eventually we would reach an agreement and we would have a set date and a set time. And what happened back then was I was doing all this preparation for the call, and then I switched on my laptop, I opened up my Zoom link, and it was like time for the call to start, and I was like any minute now, so the prospect's gonna show up any minute. 5 minutes go by, nothing. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I'm like, I didn't do this right. And that was the truth. So it felt like all that preparation, all that time I invested before the call, only to show up and not have the prospect show up. So later on, the prospect actually knew what had happened, and we ended up rescheduling. However, my point is you want to avoid having this happen to you. So your first step to actually preparing for your call is to actually handle the way you lock in your appointment. So that was my mistake back then. I didn't lock in a definite appointment. So what you should do, okay, when you're talking to a prospect, you're setting a meeting, whether it's with cold email or you're using LinkedIn or whatever it may be. In my case, it tends to be cold email. You want to find a way where you can lock in a definite appointment, which means a definite date with a definite time. And you also want the prospect to get a reminder of your meeting with them. So the best way to do that, and this is what I actually recommend to my students, is to send them a Calendly link where they can just select a time slot and book a call with you. The benefit of doing it this way is, number one, you don't have to go back and forth with your with your emails to try and find a date and time that works for the both of you. What you do with Calendly is you just send them the link. When they click on this link, they go to your Calendly account, they can see all the dates and all the times that you're available for a call, and they just book a time that works for them. It's very easy. And once they book, you get an email, they get an email, and it's done. Now, when you set up your Calendly account, you can also there's a particular setting which says that your prospect can be reminded of the call 1 hour before or 30 minutes. You set it as you want. So I would say take that setting on so that your prospect will get a reminder prior to the call, so that even if they forget, they can remember. However, I will let you know that even if you don't do this, when your prospect books a call with you on their calendar, the call actually shows up. So Calendly automatically syncs to their calendar in their phone, so that when they schedule an event on someone's Calendly, they automatically have the meeting added on their phone's calendar, which means that 10 minutes before or whatever the way they set the reminders, they're gonna get a reminder on their phone saying, hey, I have a meeting with that guy coming in 10 minutes. So the point is, the first step is you have to ensure that you get your name on their calendar. If you don't, the chances of a flake are going to be extremely high. So make sure you get your name on their calendar. And once you do, it's time to start preparing for the call. And the way you do that is you have to research. Now, don't go into calls without having done the research. Like, take the time. You don't have to do like a whole day of research. Take 1 hour is enough. Sometimes even less. Take that time to do the research, because this is going to be a call where you can close a client for typically $1,000 plus per month. So taking some time to do the research to land a big deal is what makes sense. Don't go in a call where you can get a good payday without doing the research. And by doing the research, I mean, look at their website, look at their social media, look at the way they're doing business. Obviously, it depends on what service it is that you're selling. So it all depends based on what you're selling, but those are typically the research points that you need to look at, because you need to get a basic understanding of what they do, what their business is, how do they get customers, how do they make money, how are they doing things right now, what can be done for them to improve the way they do things. You have to look at these things before you get on a call with them. And you also want to show them on the call that you actually took the time to research them. That's going to help you tremendously. Now, on the call, you also obviously get to ask questions that are going to give you a better understanding of their business. But you want to go in the call with at least a basic understanding. So once you've done the research, you have written down notes, you're ready for the call. The call starts in 1 hour. How do you mentally get yourself ready? How do you stop feeling anxious? I mean, don't get me wrong. When I started doing these calls, I was so bloody anxious before the call, let alone during the call. And I would have to tell you that most of it stemmed from the fact that I wasn't sure of what I was doing. But before we get to that point, the first thing you have to do at this stage, it's 1 hour from the call, you have to eliminate all the distractions that you can. What I typically like is, when I do the research, I take down notes on a Word document and I print it out. I spend a full hour before the call sitting down or relaxing on bed, whatever it may be. I just chill out, maybe have a beer sometimes, and I look at these notes that I've taken so I can familiarize myself with everything I possibly can about their business before the call. Then, when the call starts, it's time to do the sales call and eventually to close the sale. And obviously, you need to have a script. You can't just hop on a sales call thinking about what the hell you're gonna say each time. You need to have a proven system. You need to have a proven script that you follow. By having a script, it's going to make the process so much more effortless for you, because you don't have to think about what you're gonna have to say next. You have a script, you have a proven system which you follow that you know works. And that's exactly what you need to have on the call. You need to have a process that you follow every time, that you know can lead you from A to Z, which means starting off the call with building rapport all the way to closing the sale that same day if possible. Okay, it depends if you're speaking to all the decision makers on that call, and actually collecting payment on the phone or sending out an email with your invoice after the call. Now, That's basically the entire process of how to prepare for a sales call. I have one final bonus for you before I finish off this video, and that is I've included a link down below in the description where you can actually see me do an actual live sales call. So I've included the link in the description. All you have to do is just enter your name and email address on the landing page that pops up when you click on the link. And as part of it's a free mini course. As part of the mini course, there's a video included that you can listen to me basically close a deal, an actual sales call with a business owner, and you can listen to me close a deal on the phone. So feel free to check that out. That's it from my side. That was basically how to prepare for a sales call. If you found this video valuable, be sure to smash that like button. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you can get notified of any future videos. That's it from me. This is Jeff Buono from Propel and Win coming at you, and we'll talk soon.